Hi, I'm Michelle and welcome to Pelvic Exercises. This is the third episode in our series to help you strengthen your pelvic floor. And today we're looking at how to strengthen your pelvic floor muscles with Kegel exercise technique and how many exercises you need to do to get your pelvic floor muscles in shape before we do our little workout next week. So I've got a great little workout planned for you. So subscribe now if you want to catch that workout. So let's just review what we've learned so far. We've learned some techniques on how to feel your pelvic floor muscles. We've learned where the pelvic floor muscles are in and around the area where you sit. So let's start to do Kegel exercises at home. So what I want you to do, if you're in a chair, I want you to move away from the back of the chair. I'm going to sit nice and tall. So posture is really vital for really good Kegel exercises. It's important that you have the crown of your head lifted towards the ceiling where you are and a small inward curve or the normal curve in your back. So you're nice and tall. Your chest should be lifted. So you can really imagine two strings, one pulling up through the crown of your head and one pulling up through your chest. So your body's nice and tall. And this is the optimal position to help your abdominal muscles and pelvic floor muscles work together. So in that position now, what I want you to do at home is to start to feel your pelvic floor muscles in and around the area where you sit. So in and around the pelvic openings, in between your sit bones and between the pubic bone at the front and the tailbone at the back. So remember, we're going for that action, a lifting and squeezing action inside, and then going for a lowering down and relaxing action. So let's start. Often it's easiest to feel in and around the anal area if you lift and squeeze in that area. So at home, nice and tall, relaxed breathing, and I want you to lift and squeeze inside as if you're stopping wind from passing. Keep lifting, keep squeezing, stay tall, lift and squeeze, relax, lower down and let go. And I'm hoping at home that you felt a slight tightening sensation in and around the anal area. Let's now move in and around the vagina. So I want you to lift and squeeze in and around the vagina, and in and around the vagina and the urethra can be quite hard to feel. So let's try now at home again. Nice tall posture, lifting through the crown of your head, lifting through your chest. All right, so draw up, lift and squeeze, keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. Relax the muscles slowly, let go and relax. Now I'm hoping that your buttocks weren't squeezing, inside thigh shouldn't have been squeezing, your tummy shouldn't have been drawing in strongly, although you might have felt a gentle tummy activation, and that's quite normal if your lower abdominal muscles become just slightly tensioned as you actually activate your pelvic floor. Now, let's try all three pelvic openings together. So we're trying the anal area, the vagina, and we're trying to localise in and around the urethra as well. Well, all those areas to lift and squeeze inside and relax down. So you shouldn't be lifting higher in your chair. That's when your buttocks work. Remember, this is an exercise that takes place inside, in and around the area where you sit. So nice and tall. Here we go. So normal breathing, ready and lift. So lift and squeeze, nice and tall, keep lifting and breathing, all three pelvic openings, lifting and squeezing inside, keep lifting as high as you can, relax right back down, take a big breath in and out and let your pelvic floor muscles relax. Now that is how you do a Kegel. Now, how many of these exercises do you need to do to get your pelvic floor muscles strong? Well, really, you start at what you can do. So if you can contract your pelvic floor muscles then for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, that's where you start at. And if you can do that 3 times in a row, that's what you do. And you try and repeat that 3 times throughout the day. Ideally, you're trying to aim for 10-second holds. So really quite long holds, lifting and squeezing and lowering down throughout that whole time. And you try to repeat that 8 to 12 times in a row. So that's 10 long holds, so 10-second holds, 8 to 12 times in a row. And then what we try to recommend is that ladies do those 2 to 3 times a day. So really you're getting to about 24 to 36 lifts and lowers every day. Now, strengthening can take quite a period of time. If your pelvic floor muscles are weak, it can take 5 to 6 months to really strengthen your pelvic floor. So it's a matter of daily exercise and adhering to your exercises on a regular basis. So let's review what we've talked about today before we go into our workout next week. So we've talked about finding our pelvic floor muscles in and around the area where we sit. We talked about contracting and just trying to localise in and around the anal area, in and around the vagina, in and around the urethra. And some of you at home will feel those areas more than others. Sometimes you can feel strong contraction, sometimes you feel very little at all, depending on the strength of your pelvic floor muscles. So we talked about activating those areas, nice tall posture, lifting and squeezing, and relaxing fully. That's a very important part of the exercise, and relaxing altogether. Then we talked about doing 24 to 36 long holds every day, up to 10 seconds each for each hold. Well, look forward to exercising with you in our workout next session. I hope you've enjoyed our session today. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Bye for now.